What's up, everybody, and welcome to a real bad review of Joker. Directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix, this movie has made over $850 million at the box office with just about a $55 million budget, if I remember correctly. It's on par with Infinity War in terms of gross that it's brought in from ticket sales. Anyways, this movie deserves all of it because it is amazing. If you haven't seen it yet, stop this review. Go see it right now. You don't need a review. The world has reviewed this movie for you, and it's great. Anything you heard about it being over-the-top violent or people walking out of this film because it made them uncomfortable. I mean, I went to it. No one walked out. No one felt uncomfortable. There was no over-the-top violence. The media made it sound like it was going to be something like a Saw film, but I'm telling you, if you've seen Deadpool, if you've seen Infinity War, if you've seen Endgame, you've seen a more violent comic book movie than this one was. This movie was a character study. It was similar to Taxi Driver. In fact, it was similar to just Martin Scorsese's style of filmmaking. I mean, besides the similarities between the plots of Taxi Driver and this one, I mean, they're both about a man who slowly descends into madness and snaps. Taxi Driver, he's the taxi driver in New York, goes crazy, kills a bunch of people. Even back then, people thought that that was going to make people go crazy and kill people if they released it and people saw it. In fact, I believe that film was even resaturated to not get an X rating because they thought the gore scene in it was too much for the time. Joker, I mean, it really wasn't that violent. Yes, there's people who get killed in it, but it was not over the top. I think what really put people off is that it was just a little too realistic in how the killings happened. Like, it wasn't really any flashy shots. There was no music to go with it. It wasn't an action sequences. Kind of just felt like you were in the room with him as whatever went down, went down. I don't want to spoil anything for y'all, but I can tell you no one left the theater. I don't think you will leave the theater. It was just a great film, a great character study to watch Arthur Fleck, that's the name of the Joker in this film, slowly become the Joker, the most iconic comic book villain. I mean, you say the Joker, everybody knows who you're talking about. And man, did Joaquin Phoenix really kill this role. I mean, we've seen the Joker washed, rinsed, and repeated so many times, but Joaquin Phoenix was able to bring us something new, something that still reminded us of old. I mean, he gave us a Joker you didn't know you need until you saw it. And that's just truly wonderful to be able to bring something like that to a role. I mean, the guy's incredible. I definitely think he's going to be nominated for an Oscar for this if he doesn't win one. I mean, it's a hell of a performance. You should go see it, especially in theaters. Don't wait for it to be on DVD or on TV. I mean, just go see it now. Support the film. This is something we want to see more of. DC it would be great if they make more of this. I mean, this film just stands out so much from their past ones, and it's doing so much better. And I believe that this film has a way of opening up more future opportunities for them. I mean, why not make another villain character study or villain film, like something on the Riddler, or maybe even a Superman villain like Lex Luthor? Who wouldn't want to see a Luthor film? I'm sure we all do. And it would be great, a new refreshing look at superhero films. Because, I mean, we've spent the last decade, I mean more than that actually, like 2 decades, 3 decades even, just seeing the same old tropes in superhero or comic book films. I can't really say superhero because the Joker is not a superhero. Something I guess the media was afraid this movie would do, but it doesn't do that. You're not going to paint yourself up and go start revolting to try and take down Gotham City. That's not going to happen. You're going to see this movie. You're going to love it. I mean, I would give it a 7 out of 10. I don't have an official rating system, so we're just going to set this one at a 7 out of 10. I feel like that's all you really need. Just go see this movie. I mean, I can't say it enough. I can't gush on it enough that it was just really great, really refreshing, especially to not that mess that was Jared Leto's Joker. Like, this just completely wipes the history books of him. I'm glad. I mean, I think I saw Jared Leto was actually upset they went forward with the Joker film without him. he needs to take a chill pill, go cry it off somewhere, because they didn't need him for this film. I don't think they need him for any more Joker films. Joaquin Phoenix said he is ready to do another one if they ever come to him again. I know he enjoyed doing it. I know they enjoyed seeing the success of it over at DC and Warner Brothers, so hopefully we get more films like this, a good breath of fresh air in the DC film franchise, a breath of fresh air just on films in general. We were kind of getting into a slump, but this one was something really different, a movie that you can leave and talk about. I feel like nowadays the movies are just so big budget and just kind of more of amusement rides, but this was something that you leave the theater, it gives you things to talk about. I mean, especially in the way that it just puts a spotlight on mental health. And it's just classic that a film that puts a spotlight on mental health, that when it was coming out, everybody's just wanting to sweep it under the rug and say, hey, keep that to yourself. No one wants to see that. But it's great to see the things that can, it highlights some of the problems that people with mental disorders deal with in today's world that I don't think anybody ever really thinks about or wants to think about. That might be part of what makes this film so uncomfortable for some people. They don't want to talk about these kind of issues if they don't normally affect their everyday lives. So please go see this film. I know you'll enjoy it. Put in your own review in the comments. Say what you think. Rate it however you want it. I think you all will enjoy it. I'm giving it 7 out of 10. This has been a real bad review of Joker.